And we've got some big breaking news coming in here on 5 Live. It is all set to be one of the biggest Modi-Trump defense deals. This is something that India and the United States have been discussing for at least the last 3 to 4 years. But the current border tension has compelled India to speed up and look towards finalizing a $3 billion deal for up to 30 armed Predator combat drones from the United States. You've heard of the Predator drone. Well, the Indian forces were cleared to receive an unarmed version of the Predator drone called the Sea Guardian. But India today has now learned that an armed version of the Predator is something India is looking at very, very closely and wants to acquire for its deterrent capabilities. Remember, these are Predator combat drones armed with precision-guided weapons that have rained hell in areas like the tribal parts of Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iraq and Syria. These are truly hunter-killer aircraft that are piloted from the ground. They don't have a human pilot on board. And India is looking to acquire at least 30 of these. And we're now hearing that the file completing the paperwork is being rushed through the processes in the Indian government system. That's the big breaking news that we're getting to you now. Take a look at the full story.
A historic standoff, a massive mobilization, and two countries that came close to open conflict. India and China may have begun to disengage, but lessons have been learned. And China simply cannot be trusted. And as part of India's larger quest to beef up its defensive strength, it is all set to make a big move on the offensive strength front. While modern variants of the legendary Predator surveillance drone has been available to India for some years now, the current conflict has speeded up plans to conclude a multi-billion deal. It isn't clear precisely which variant the Indian forces will finally choose. But one thing is clear, India doesn't just want surveillance drones, but combat drones capable of hunting and destroying targets from the air. Often just called the Predator in reference to the baseline model, the armed Reaper is the one famous for raining hell on terror targets in Syria, Iraq, and especially in the tribal areas of Pakistan. Armed Predators come with Hellfire precision-guided munitions, weapons that are already operational on the Indian Air Force's Apache helicopters. The drones can also drop laser-guided bombs on targets from very high altitude. India currently operates a fleet of Israeli unarmed surveillance drones, which are seeing extensive use in the current Ladakh standoff. But armed drones like combat Predators could be game changers. Acquiring combat-proven US drones would also make up for an imbalance caused by China's own deployment of Wingloom 2 combat drones in airfields in Tibet, and plans to supply those drones to Pakistan and other countries. If the Ladakh standoff has been a wake-up call, and if India has reacted by actioning a flurry of combat purchases, pushing through the long-pending Predator deal would easily be the biggest in terms of value, and also the most operationally significant. With Sandeep Unithan in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
And joining me live, India Today, Sandeep Unithan and Gaurav Sawant are with me. Sandeep is the journalist who broke this story earlier this week in Mail Today. Sandeep, Big story. We've been tracking, India's quest to acquire at least 22 to 30, Predator drones or variants of these Predator drones. The United States had made available an unarmed version, but you've reported that India wants the armed version of these drones, which have already, had a lot of combat experience, and files are almost cleared now to actually pave the way for India to get these. That's big.
That's correct, Shiv. There have been some meetings in the Defense Ministry recently which have brought all the stakeholders on board to clear this very important purchase between India and the United States. Now, the Air Force wants these drones, the Army wants it, and of course the Navy wants these drones. It remains to be seen what is the exact model of the drone that we're going to be getting. There are various reports which suggest that it's the Sea Guardian. There's another one which says it could actually be the Reaper variant of these drones. But the bottom line is that all three services want these drones as quickly as possible, because this is a capability that all of them have wanted, the capability for an armed drone of the kind that the Predator or the armed variant, the Reaper, bring to the table. This is a capability that the armed forces have wanted for many years, but they haven't got it so far, and it could be very significant in the arsenal of, for instance, the Navy. The Navy wants it for long-range maritime control and surveillance. The Air Force wants it for suppression of enemy air defenses. The Army, of course, wants it for surgical strikes. The uses of this are very many, Shiv, and this is one of the most significant defense deals, I would say, between India and the United States.
It's definitely going to be one of the most significant once it's signed. Gaurav, you've just returned from Ladakh, and as I understand it, the current tensions with China on the line of actual control have compelled a great deal of, armament purchases, and modernization decisions have been speeded up. But when this happens, it's no longer a question of if, but when it happens, it will easily be one of the most strategically significant. These will really be India's first combat drones capable of flying autonomously and attacking targets. What does that mean in the current scenario of tensions that we're facing?
Shiv, it's not an understatement when you say that these will be absolute game changers in this case. Imagine India has dreamt about having an unmanned combat aerial vehicle. India will finally have the Reaper and of course the Sea Guardian. Sea Guardians were available even earlier. The armed version, it's the Trump administration that said yes. The Obama administration earlier had some reservations about UCAVs. But on ground, these UCAVs will completely change the dynamics. You don't risk the lives of your fighter pilots. But equally potent aircraft with no fighter pilot will be maneuvered into whatever area you want to send them and deliver those Hellfire missiles onto a target. So you can suppress the enemy air defense, you can take out vital assets, vital points of the enemy. The army may want it for surgical strikes. Last time you had to send out a wing commander, Abhinandan. Next time you don't have to have Abhinandan going across the line of actual control. You can just send the UCAVs and you don't have to send your Mirages. You can take out enemy training camps in either Pakistan-occupied Kashmir or even Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Absolute game changer when it comes to the army or when it comes to the Air Force, whether you want to take on the Pakistanis or the Chinese or both together.
Absolutely. $3 billion, a lot of money, but given what India faces right now, this is a deal that is being speeded through. Sandeep and Gaurav, as always, thank you very much. And we've got some breaking news coming in now on that marathon India-China talks round that took place in Chushul, Ladakh yesterday. India Today's Abhishek Bhalla and Gaurav Sawant have been reporting on this. They've got us the latest. Gaurav is reporting that after those 14-hour talks that have taken place in Ladakh, India and China are heading in a positive direction. They've agreed to total disengagement from all the flashpoints. The two generals who met yesterday have agreed to a phase-wise disengagement from the tricky Pangong Tso Finger 5 area as well. India will verify the disengagement from all of those places in a phase-wise manner. The commanders will verify mutual disengagement, more rounds of talks, for de-escalation and ultimate de-induction. So while there have been certain troop pullbacks over the last 1 week, this marathon round of talks that started at 11 a.m. yesterday and finished only at 2 a.m. today, 15 hours of talks between the Indian and Chinese generals, they've moved in a positive direction. They've decided on a phased-wise complete de-induction of the current standoff in eastern Ladakh.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.